Mr. Chairman, sir, this underwhelming budget has been a woefully missed opportunity. For after all, this was the government's chance to prove to the citizens of India, after the colossal setback the BJP suffered in the recently concluded general election, that the Prime Minister and the Finance Minister have actually listened to the concerns of the people. But once again, they've let the people of India down. The budget is in many ways an emblem of this government's economic mismanagement and financial recklessness, made all the more worse by its divisive policies. This budget makes it abundantly clear that the BJP has run out of ideas. Rather than being a vision statement of the economic future of the country, this budget is an illustration, as has been pointed out by many, of their politics. Their priorities chiefly revolve around appeasing their two regional allies, forgetting there are 26 other states and 8 union territories whose people have nothing to be happy about. The other promises made, of course, are the very ones broken in the NDA's first term. One only hopes that another no-confidence motion will not again have to follow. Now, 4 other states have received the government support for natural calamities, all NDA rule states, Bihar, Assam, Sikkim and Uttarakhand. On the other hand, India alliance states find themselves cast out and ignored. Indeed, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, as well as my home state of Kerala, have time and again sought funds for natural calamities, from cyclones to rapid coastal erosion, and they've got none. Bihar received 26,000 crores for its highways, but Karnataka had sought and got nothing for the critical road infrastructure projects in Bangalore. For the government of India, it seems some states are more equal than others. This budget fails to consider that in our country today, private investment is sputtering, consumption growth is slow, real rural wages are plummeting, overall wages are in decline, and demand for investment credit has collapsed. It is starkly clear why inequality in India today is said to be worse than during the British Raj. Even when all the flaws that beset a developing country, ill health, poor education, abysmal housing, poor sanitation, malnutrition, infant mortality, all linger in India, a multi-billionaire can preside over an obscenely extravagant wedding, reportedly spending 5,000 crores, while in the sprawling slums of the same city, most Indians struggle to survive on less than 200 rupees a day. This government does not frame its policies with those 200 rupees a day people in mind. Instead, it gives tax breaks to favored capitalists and corporates in the name of boosting private investment. The fact is that India is just not spending enough on health. Brazil, Russia, China, South Africa, the other BRICS countries spend roughly 14 to 15 times more than us. The truth is, Mr. Chairman, that even when it comes to a sector as indispensable as public health care, the mantra of the BJP, as with everything else, has been rebrand, not revamp. And so you've had India's health and wellness centres, which need more funds and more staff to provide cost-effective treatment to ordinary Indians, regardless of their faith, being renamed Ayushman Arogya Mandirs, casting a secular institution of a secular nation into an overtly religious mold. But perhaps a certain constituency in Uttar Pradesh should have taught the BJP never again to exploit a mandir for scoring political goals. Yet rebranding is what this government has done for the last 10 years. If we've been calling it a name-changing government, not a game-changing government, as you know. But honestly, hearing the inflated claims of the ruling party after this weak budget and all the TV shows I had to appear on yesterday. But if I may move to another sector of the economy which the budget barely pays any attention to, that's education, immensely critical to employment generation. For all the BJP's talk of upskilling youth and equipping them with the tools they need to procure jobs in today's intensely competitive job market, there was no mention in the budget speech of primary or higher education, or indeed boost tourism when everything in the infrastructure we're seeing is collapsing. Terminal 1 in Delhi, the roof has collapsed. Rajkot and Jabalpur, the canopies have collapsed. 5 bridges have fallen in Bihar last month. And Mumbai's Trans-Harbour Link, which was inaugurated by the PM in January of this year, has developed cracks. So what the finance minister ought to do is allocate resources to fix our infrastructure rather than boasting about the tourists it will attract.